Hello, everyone. Welcome to Moon Mage. Today's tarot messages are centered in and around the full moon in Virgo that is happening on Friday, March 14th, 13th, depending on where you are. This is a full moon lunar eclipse. So it's essentially a full moon on steroids when it's got eclipse energy with it. So we're really going to want to be mindful during this one and finding our way to as much centeredness and balance as possible, grounded. And it is Virgoian energy, which is earth energy. So we really want to lean into that aspect of it. It is messages 1 through 3. So if you have a look at the thumbnail or the start of this video, you can look at those moons and feel into which message is speaking to you. And those will be your messages for this full moon energy. However, I do want to talk a little bit about what this full moon could bring up, how it manifests in our life, and what the Virgo Pisces energies that are coming to the surface could be asking of us or leaning into, that we need to be leaning into at this time. If you're not interested, that's completely fine. Go down to the description box and pick messages 1 through 3, whichever one, and you can go ahead and skip forward. But for those of you that are interested, I've made some notes because there's a lot that's going on with this full moon in Virgo. So some key words and energies that this brings up is sensitivity, restlessness, an amplification of our fears, which could trigger us in a lot of ways. Our sense of self, a lot of self-criticism, really putting too much emphasis on past mistakes or things that we perceived as mistakes. On a larger scale, this is sort of like expect the unexpected. There could be a lot of shakeups here, and a spotlight on things that had been hidden, truths coming to the surface, whether personally or professionally or on a larger scale. Those are the kinds of energies that could be stirred up here. Really, this full moon is asking us to confront and release. Where are we imbalanced? Are we too much in that Piscean energy of mysticism, spirituality, where we're really feeling, but we're not doing? Because Virgo wants us to be practical and get going on things and make things happen, make a plan and go with it. Or are we too much in the Virgo energy where we're very practical and we're not giving enough time, energy, love, and attention to our spiritual side that also needs to be nurtured? It's all about balance for us personally. Where are we in balance and how can we bring balance back into our lives? So there's going to be a major emphasis on that. Also, it's sort of like the best way to manifest during this full moon and to really utilize its energies for your best and highest good is to think of practical magic. I'm looking to make practical magic in my life where I'm leaning into the practicality and detail-oriented energies of Virgo, but I'm also bringing in that juicy, lovey, mystical, ethereal energy of Pisces with it and culminating something. And in full moon energy, we are culminating. We could see the culmination of a project, something come to fruition with that. We could see the ending of something. Do give yourself some space because there could be some shock and awes. And if we are not in a balanced state, dealing with that energy could be really difficult for us. So, Virgos are very connected to health and well-being, to physical health, mental, emotional, all of that. And it's a strong energy for Virgos where they like to feel good, body, mind, soul. So this would be a really good time to make plans around how you can do more of that for yourself, whether it's through exercise, diet, a spiritual practice, whatever it is, maybe even going to see a therapist for some of you, whatever it is, it's about saying yes to those kinds of things, knowing that ultimately it will bring you back into harmony within. That's what this full moon really wants us to notice. Where are we out of harmony? Where are we out of sync? How can we bring this balance back in? And how can we stay calm through the turbulent lunar eclipse energy that's being stirred up essentially under this full moon in Virgo? Because we should be all prepared that there could be a lot of shock and awe here. Not for all of us, but definitely for some of us. So keep that in mind. Really, once we can find our way into this energy of balance, which is the big ask of this full moon on a personal level, it's asking us, okay, now that you found that, how can you be of service to others by sharing your gifts? By sharing more of who you truly are and giving it to the world in some kind of way where we're feeling free from that that energetic dissonance within us where we're feeling less than, because remember, this energy could really highlight where we're feeling less than, and we want to nip that in the bud and not bring it forward with us into that spring equinox energy. And if you're in the southern hemisphere, in that fall equinox energy where we're wanting to let go, let things fall away and spring forward into something new, because there's major endings and new beginnings under this energy as well. That's the big ask before we leap forward into that fiery Aries energy that's going to be showing up, where we're inspired and passionate and ready to go. That's a lot. It's a lot to unpack, but really I would say that the best thing that we can all do, especially on the day of the full moon, is make space for reflection, contemplation, understanding, connecting to ourself, heart, body, mind, soul, so that we feel clear and ready to move forward, to take a leap of faith. And especially true breath work. Breath work could be especially helpful for those of you who are being given some sort of unexpected shock, awe, surprise. Because I mean, it could be a good one, but it can still be destabilizing. So keep that in mind. I think I'm going to leave that there. I feel like there's still a million more things I could say because there's so much coming with this full moon. But I'm gonna go ahead and get started with message number 1. So if you haven't looked at the moons already and decided which one is speaking to you, give yourself a chance to do that now. And I will get started here with message number 1. Hello, message 1. I went ahead and pulled the main overarching energies to save a little bit of time in this video. So let's look at them together. Okay, so we have a disseminating moon energy, and it says take time to breathe out. Okay, so yes, pause in action, no big decisions right now, giving yourself over to self-care, which is very Virgoian. So this is a big ask and a big energy coming up for you. And if you feel guilty about that, because right away I got this energy of guilt to stop or pause in some kind of way, remind yourself that ultimately, if you're being asked of this from the universe, there's a very good reason for it. Breath work, I mentioned that in my intro, could be something that would really benefit my group 1 choosers. Let's see. Okay. Quicksilver moon changes. Okay. Yeah. So changes on the horizon. This is coming on the side of challenge. So it could be difficult or has been difficult for you to see change in some way. Or this could be suggesting for some of you, because this is general, that changes are on the horizon that could cause you to feel a little off kilter, imbalanced, which this full moon really wants us to find our way to. So all the more reason to give yourself over to taking a breath out, not making any big decisions, centering, grounding, getting really real and raw with yourself, so that you can navigate these changes. Howl at the moon, process your feelings. Okay, yes. I do think that maybe for some of my group 1 choosers, there could be something coming up for you that's a little bit surprising to you, or that you weren't expecting, or that causes you to feel out of balance and off kilter and sort of unsure. If that resonates with you, this is your big message from the universe that don't engage in this. Don't make any big decisions around this just yet. Step back, breathe out, embrace changes as they come, because if you do step back and breathe out, I think that you'll be able to navigate these changes in the best possible way. But this says process your feelings. So you must do this first. You must move through it before you can move towards something bigger, better, and beautiful change. I do think some of you are going to feel rather a little bit blindsided by something. This is general, so that's not going to resonate with all of you, but I do think that there's a possibility for that for some of you. And the message is take a step back, breathe out, try to navigate your feelings, process them, and then you'll be able to lean into these changes, these energetic changes that, even though it might feel really hard and heavy, or like a big nasty pinch from the universe, will ultimately be for your best and highest good. Okay, let's see what else is coming out with that. Temptation. Okay. Temptation. Dreams. Nice. Okay, dreams. And I should say too, with this moon energy, we're likely to be more intuitively connected and psychically connected. But because this is a lunar eclipse, we can feel so off kilter and off center that we have trouble connecting to that lunar energy where there's intuitive information. And it feels like you guys have another positive thing coming your way where it's like if you're feeling out of off kilter, out, not centered, and sort of like you've been blindsided by something, your dreams will come in to help you where you can't maybe quiet your mind at the moment, your dreams. So keep a journal beside your bed because your dreams are going to be trying to tell you something about your situation. Now, we're going to talk about this energy because it's sort of telling us what the culprit is. Temptation. Changes, processing feelings. This could be suggesting that some of you have been hurt by a past love in a romantic relationship, or there could be something showing up for you when you watch this video that is hard in connection to a romantic relationship or partnership. It could even be that the past is knocking at your door and there's a temptation to go backwards towards someone who's ultimately not going to be for your best and highest good. I'm sorry to say, message one. So all the more reason to step back, process your feelings, allow whatever's occurred to be moved through you so that you can work through it and ultimately come out the other side in more centered, more positive, more spiritually connected to what's real, right, and true for you. Hopefully that makes sense. Yes, but there is a major temptation here to go backwards on something or to forget maybe things that have happened in the past and move towards somebody who, I feel like maybe not be for your best and highest good. Of course, you're free to do it. You have free will. But I feel like the message here is be careful with that. Pay attention to your dreams because they're going to be trying to tell you something, give you guidance and information about this situation. I feel like loud brain. Like I almost feel like, I feel like I've got radio stations on in my mind and there's so much going on and I can't move through it. Processing your feelings, doing some meditation, grounding, I think will be really beneficial for you. Because there's this strong feeling that being a receiver from my message one, it's like you are a receiver, but it's like your receiver, that antenna is all discombobulated and there's too much coming through. But if you give yourself a time to step back, to breathe out, to work through these things, you will receive a lot of guidance and information around the situation, especially through dreams. Okay, let's pull some tarot cards from my beautiful message ones. Okay, we've got some cards that flew out there. All right, so, oh wow, we've got 3 cards. So we're just going to go with it. Message one. The first one is Temperance, and it's reversed, suggesting that what's been challenging you is finding that balance. And this Virgo full moon is massively hiding where we're imbalanced and why we need so much to be back in balance. So this is just sort of a reiteration of what you've been dealing with. And it also connects really well with that temptation, right? Finding the balance within to see the truth of a situation before making any major decisions. So balance being really highlighted here. This is a great full moon to find ourselves back to balance. And then we've got the Wheel of Fortune. Interestingly, because this is still coming out on the side of change, it could be suggesting that you feel like nothing's been happening, nothing's been doing or moving quick enough for you, or there's been not enough change and you can't see your way through the fog of where you've been, stuck energy. All the more reason why you could be tempted to go back to something or move towards something that maybe gives you that instant gratification or a feeling of drama, right? Because we all want it in some way. We want to feel excited. Be mindful of that, message one. This is not the kind of energy you want to go back to. I feel like Spirit's highlighting that really strongly. And the Wheel of Fortune will turn in your favor eventually, but we must start up here with breathing out and processing your feelings and understanding yourself, why you may be tempted to go backwards on something. Then we've got the Seven of Cups here in the reverse. This is that decisiveness that I was talking about. No hasty decisions. Coming right under that, take that time to breathe out. Not the time to make any big decisions. First, we must deal with these cups energies, which is emotions, dealing with our emotions, processing them. Yeah. The tower moment, big shock and surprise, something you didn't see coming rather. That's definitely highlighted here. I'm just going to be honest with you, message one. I do feel like this is something that hurts the heart, right? It definitely feels like there's a romantic link connection to this situation. But the tower is also highlighting that change, while it's been tricky and things have felt stuck and stagnant, and there's been some hardship by way of a romantic partner, or even just maybe a really good friend that you thought you could maybe trust, and something came about where you realized you couldn't. This tower card suggesting massive changes in a good way, right? Like that light coming in, the old falling away. But remember, it all starts with you taking this time out and processing your feelings first, and looking at why you're tempted to go back towards something or someone. I definitely think it's someone for a lot of you. What need would it be feeling that you have at the moment that may not be something that ultimately in the long run is going to be for your best and highest good? Sort of like a quick fix. Yeah, the High Priestess in reverse. An energy you want to get into, right? Because High Priestess energy really does help us connect to the moon, to intuition, to our feelings, and it's reverse, suggesting that time has not been given over to this. It's a big ask for you guys. Message one, to give yourself over to this, to not push it to the side or be tempted to, use a Band-Aid solution for it, if that makes sense. You really want to lean in. You really want to go there so that you can, I feel like it's this energy of, it's going to bring this big aha moment where you see something clearly, almost like a mirror being held up for you. And you're like, oh my gosh, what was I thinking? What am I doing? I need to move away from this. This isn't the best thing for me. It's like that. And under this full moon energy, I feel like you're going to receive that culmination of truth energy. Okay, let's pull some more cards. I want to say too, there's this, I keep thinking it, so I'm going to say it. Don't settle for less than you deserve, especially when it comes to romantic partnership and connection. You deserve better, and maybe there's a part of you that doesn't know that right now, but you do. Archangel Michael, trusting heaven. You are safe. Angels stand close. Surrender your concerns and allow a miracle to occur, right? Those changes, which is in the challenge, right? Positive changes. It's coming. You've got that tower moment there. You are safe. Angels stand close. Surrender your concerns and allow a miracle to occur, right? Let go and let God. Breathe out. Big message right at the center. Yeah. Okay, Kalima, facing fear. Major spiritual changes are unfolding. This is your chance to soar. I love that. It feels like after hardship, disappointment, some heartache for some of you, moving through these feelings and processing them, facing fear, moving forward, like that tiger energy up here, brings so much positive change. It's like a massive catalyst for a new beginning with this major ending. Yeah, this is your chance to soar. Major spiritual changes are unfolding. I love that for you guys. Okay, let me pull some numerology cards here. Ooh, okay. I've got two that fell out, so we're going to go with those. 2020, and it says self-realization. Yes, I definitely think that's something that's on the cards for you guys. And the key words here are moderation, patience, flowing, self-realization, manifestation, gateway, and taking action. You're in for a lucky break. It may come as happy news, experience new opportunities, or an exciting acquaintance. You will find yourself in the right place at the right time. It is not a coincidence, but a gift from fate. And then you've got that trusting heaven and allowing miracles to occur. So really don't be tempted to go backwards towards something or someone that needs to just have a healthy ending. Whether it is a person, a situation, whatever it is, that there is going to be temptation there. This is like definitely a good confirmation from spirit why we don't want to go backwards, why you want to breathe out and move through your feelings so that you can say yes to this new fated, beautiful thing coming your way. Message 1. Lots of 2s and 0s, and now we've got 2 again and 1. So 1's are new beginnings, 2 is like yes energy, but it's also highlighting the need for balance, duality, partnership, and connection. And 0 is God force energy. So be mindful of those numbers showing up in your sphere of awareness. Think about, take a moment to pause and say, what was I just thinking about? What was I feeling? There's probably some messaging in there for you. And we've got new beginning. New beginning. Hope, new beginning, fresh start, lifestyle, purpose, spiritual awakening, right? And you've got that here too. This is a call to action to move forward. The sooner you get going, the sooner you will accomplish what you set out to do. Those with patience will eventually reap the rewards of their perseverance. Yes. Yes, I love that for you guys. It makes so much sense. It's very cohesive. It's sort of like after the storm and being in the storm and dealing with feelings and temptations, I decide I'm going to do this big 180 and move forward in my life. I've received answers and dreams from the spirit, from the universe, and I'm trusting them and I'm going with it. It's like that. And this is exactly what you want to be leading into right now, message 1. All right. These are my short, little moon cards, and they kind of give what I think of as an affirmation and a heads up about what we need to do with our energy. I always think that they would be good for affirmation. So when we catch ourselves in free fall or our mind going all awry and askew. Okay, cards are falling out like crazy for you guys. There's 2, and we just need 1 more. This will be that one. First one, my words and actions are of beauty, compassion, and love, right? There is a big emphasis on our self-criticism and our inner dialogue under this full moon, like being not so nice to us. So be mindful of that and use this if you find that you are using nasty words to describe yourself or your situation. My words and actions are of beauty, compassion, and love. Life is conspiring for me. Absolutely. Even through the hard stuff, right? It's sort of like a pinch from the universe that's not so comfortable so that we can get on the right track. And that's exactly what I feel like is happening for my message 1s. Life is conspiring for me. That would be a really good affirmation, I think, for you guys as well. I am ready for something bigger, better, and brighter. Yep. I'm not going to go backwards. I'm letting go of that temptation. I am ready for something bigger, better, and brighter. That's also would be a great affirmation for my message 1s to use. I love that. All right. I am going to just cap this off with a final message here for you guys. Give a heads up. You've got beautiful change on the horizon, and it is coming after hardship, after that stormy energy, that difficulty. And I think a lot of it is based in a little bit of frustration and stagnancy and that settling energy, but not to fear. Don't worry. On the other side of you going through this energy, breathing out and processing your feelings is something so much better than you could have imagined. And I think this is connected to people and situations. You feel an undeniable urge to communicate an important message to someone, and the words flow right out of your mouth. The angels are channeling their guidance through you. You've been chosen as an angel's helper. Nice. Wow. Really being asked to lean out of difficulty, hard people, away from hard people situations, old ways of doing being, whether it's in relationship, connection, or job, and move into a much heightened spiritual connective energy. So you're really leaning into that Piscean axis rather, from the, and then wanting to bring down the practicality and planning of Virgo to make this sort of thing happen moving forward. But you have the ability to do this. You've been chosen as an angel's helper. You have the communication skills, the words, the empathy to guide others in some sort of way. And one thing to keep in mind, message one, when we're going through hard things and we're in difficulty, we can usually take that pain if we give ourselves over to processing it and help others through theirs, because we very much relate to them. We understand because we've been there. We've done it. Something to keep in mind. I'm just tempted to look at this bottom card. Start your adventure today. A sign you've never noticed before grabs your attention. It may take a little while to decode the message, but your intuition tells you it's important. Oh, okay. So keep that in mind, message one. If there's a sign that pops up and it has a message on there and it's pulling at you and nagging at you, there's a reason for that. So just be open to that. Love that. Okay. I am going to leave that there. I hope that all of you have the most amazing day and really give yourself time to process through your feelings and breathe out, because I feel like it's going to catapult you into this amazing new energy and beginning. Take care, guys. Hello, message two. I went ahead and pulled the main overarching energies to save a little bit of time in the video, as I do. Okay, so centrally, the big energy here is a win-win outcome is forecast. Full moon in Libra energy, so a balance. And this full moon in Virgo under this lunar eclipse is all about finding our way to balance. And that looks like it's exactly what's showing up for you. So that's amazing. And a win-win. So there could be an element of compromise in here as well. We'll see what else comes out with this. But yeah, a balancing of sorts is coming your way, where nobody feels like they've had to lose or let go of too much in this compromise. Okay, I'm fumbling here. There we go. The falling moon, release blocks. Okay, and it is coming out on the side of challenge. So where are you feeling blocked from how to maybe get to this win-win outcome, this situation, to bring the situation into balance? There could be a block to it. If it's showing up, there's likely a good energy around being able to release it and see it so that you're no longer blocked and you get to this win-win outcome. So keep that in mind. Where might you be a little bit blocked? For some reason, I'm feeling in the mind for some of you. And as it pertains to the wisdom of your heart, for some reason, we'll see what else shows up. But releasing blocks is part of the challenge here, letting certain things go, understanding yourself more fully and clearly in the situation so that you can get to this win-win outcome. Nice. The moon's wisdom, take the lead. And it's interesting because it really feels like if you can give yourself over to a little bit of contemplation and reflection, maybe even meditation to help release wherever you're feeling the most blocked, especially if it's in the mind, and then that causes us to feel ungrounded and out of sync. I feel like doing that brings you the answers that you need to get to this win-win situation, and you're the one that leads the way. Very much a leader type energy here. For my message twos, and maybe you've been shying away from that for whatever reason, or maybe you haven't realized why you've been shying away from taking the lead. And it's because there's been some blocks to what the truth is and what the situation needs, but that is forthcoming. You have the opportunity to lean into this, to release these blocks and lean in and receive that win-win situation. But I feel like I need to emphasize the fact that you must take the lead on this. So if you're somebody that normally shies away from that or has been as of late, it's just because there's a few blocks there and you're not feeling necessarily clear, but the opportunity to get back into that energy is forthcoming. So really give yourself over to it. Message two. Wow, soulmate energy. So this situation is likely connected to a partnership. And it doesn't have to be romantic, though I do think for a large portion of you, it probably is, where there's issues or and difficulty in seeing eye to eye, right? And that makes sense when we've got a win-win outcome forecast where you can both be happy and need for compromise and needing to take the lead. So there's definitely that energy of kind of being too much in the mind and having the heart space blocked as well. But remember that you have the opportunity to turn the situation around. Message two, under the light of this full moon energy, to make the situation more connected, heartfelt, understood, clear, happy, moving forward. And again, it could be very much a soulmate friend, a friend who you or or a work partner or something like that, but somebody who you feel deeply connected to, like they're your kindred spirit, they are your soulmate. But I do think that a lot of you, this is with love and partnership and connection, where things have been difficult and out of sorts, or almost like, I think the word that people use nowadays is situationship. Nothing's really been set in stone or laid out to say, this is what we are, this is where we're going. Like, that kind of energy, I'm feeling discombobulated with it, confused. Like, what is this? What is this relationship? What is this connection? Is this a real thing? This is what I'm trying to say. And I think some of you are in that kind of confused energy right now. But there's potential to see this become beautiful and connected and happy for everybody. But it is going to start with you and the wisdom that you attain by removing whatever's blocking this wisdom from coming through. Okay, I'm banging on. Sorry, guys. Beauty. Okay. Beauty. This always makes me a little bit sad when this comes out, especially when it's coming out with the rest of these energies. There's a feeling of not feeling good enough that I'm getting here from a message too. Is I don't feel beautiful enough. I don't feel good enough. And is that the issue? Is that the problem? Is that why this soulmate connection doesn't feel like that, or it's confusing or not solidified, or why there's turbulence here? It's me. It's me. It's me. It's me. And there is a strong emphasis on that with this Virgo full moon. There's a tendency to lean into perfectionism, self-criticism. Be very mindful of that message too. If you catch yourself there, notice it and make a decision to do a 180 from it. Only good thoughts about yourself, only using positive words to describe yourself, your situation, what you deserve. Really important at this time. You are beautiful. You have a lot to offer. You are wise. You have answers. There's so many good things about you and what you bring to the table and situations and connections. But there is a sense of losing that feeling of self-belief and self-esteem, being having taken a bit of a beating in some ways. I feel like you're your worst critic. You're your worst enemy. So really watch for that under this energy. I think it's part of the block here, the thoughts you think about yourself, a disempowerment about yourself. Okay, let's pull some tarot cards. I almost wonder if whatever situation this is for you, because this is a general read, whether it's a kindred spirit, friendship, situation, group, or a actual romantic partner, soulmate, which I do think that's more the case for more of you. I almost wonder if you've already had some inklings as to what to do, say the wisdom needed, but you hold yourself back because of this difficulty in not feeling enough good things and positive energy about yourself, too much self-criticism, too much self-doubt. And so it stops you and it blocks you, as it says, release blocks, from saying what needs to be said, from stepping up on behalf of yourself and this other person, for being the one brave enough to bring it to the table and say, this needs to be looked at, discussed, figured out. Temperance in reverse, a lack of balance, and a real big need for it to bring body, mind, soul, heart connection, and then practical things to do to make the situation move forward into balance. It's just reiterating the disharmony here and the need to bring balance back in, order back in, somebody needing to take the lead here. Ask the hard questions is something that keeps coming to my mind as well. The High Priestess upright, not feeling connected to your intuition, blocks there. I was feeling that like a crown chakra, not feeling like you're clear on what needs to be done. I really think meditation would be a good idea for my message twos, and an alignment. All your chakras coming into alignment. As above, so below comes to mind as well. The High Priestess. It's funny because I felt a really strong urge to only do 3 messages this week, and I thought it was strange because I always do 4. But so far, there's a lot of overlap from message 1 to 2, especially with these tarot cards coming out. And I think that's why I didn't do the 4th message, because I knew there was going to be a lot of overlap. Sorry, that's not about your message. That's me being about me right now. Ooh, I love this. Under a win-win outcome. Look, seeing the truth, connecting to your intuition, cutting through the noise and getting really clear. This is what I want. This is what I don't want. This is what needs to happen or not. Otherwise, I'm moving forward. It's like that. And coming into power, coming into the truth. This is something that is on the table for you, and you are the one with the power here, message 2. You're the one with the answers and the wisdom. So don't hold back from speaking this out. Because even if it didn't work out in the way that you had hoped, once you've attained this wisdom, this guidance, this information, stepped up for yourself, seeing the beauty within you and taking the lead, at least you know and you can move forward. Oh, another ace. 2 aces side by side. So that feels very synchronistic for me, for you guys. So it's the beginning of something new, right? And where there's a new solid foundation, where you feel stable, like a stable and secure connection and relationship, where you're on the same page, you're on solid ground, you're understanding each other. Basically, it's just being on the same page. This is all really beautiful energy that wants to show up for you guys. And also it's aces, so it's the beginning, so it's new beginnings as a result of clearing these blocks, taking the lead and speaking up on your behalf and on behalf of the situation. The Hanged Man. Okay. That little bit of stuckness still, right? You're coming into here. There is some potential for getting a little bit stuck, but also this could be suggesting suspended animation, not pushing too hard, being satisfied with this new wisdom that's come through, these new ideas that you have taken the lead and said your piece. So being patient with that, not pushing, maybe for the other person to catch up with what you're saying, to give them time and space to mull over and think through maybe what it is that you've brought to the table and the wisdom that you've shared. So allowing for that time, suspending the need to push it forward faster. Does that make sense? I hope that makes some sense. But I also think it's a little bit of a heads up and warning for some of you to not get too hung up on the outcomes. Just feel good and empowered and strong that you took the lead, that you did the thing, that you did what needed to be done. Said your piece, essentially. All right. And it definitely is coming from you, message 2. You're the one with the answers, or you're the one that has the potential, I should say, because we all have free will, to receive the answers and know what to do. I will say too, like, I'm really pulled to this beauty card a lot. I keep looking up at it. There's an element of needing to be vulnerable here that I think feels really scary for some of you as well. Putting yourself out there in that way, like it scares you a little bit. Vulnerability is strength, not weakness. So remind yourself of that if you start to feel nervous around that. It's easy to run and hide and tuck tail. It's not so easy to put yourself out there, your heart, your feelings on the line. Paul the Venetian, experiencing grace. Share your gifts with grace. Waves of inspiration and love are coming to you. Yep, that win-win, taking the lead, beauty, 100%. It's just reiterating that this is coming for you. There's opportunity for this. I'm attracted to that green color and that flower there on his heart space, heart opening, comes to my mind for a lot of you. Again, share your gifts with grace. Waves of inspiration and love are coming to you. And I feel like those gifts are your ability to tap into what's needed, wisdom, solution oriented. You may be very Virgoian yourself. Message too. Krishna, devotion. Trust your spiritual guidance. Your commitment has been recognized. You are loved unconditionally. You know, that devotion, beauty, this reminder of it's good to be vulnerable. You are deserving. You are beautiful inside out. You have much to offer. Giving your self-esteem a much needed boost. I feel like this is just really leans into and connects to that energy. Being devoted to yourself, what you want, and your truth. Trust your spiritual guidance. Your commitment has been recognized. You are loved unconditionally, no matter what the outcome. All right. I'm going to pull a few more cards here. I feel like the amount of, or the potential amount of spiritual ahas that can be coming for you could be a little bit overwhelming as well. Message two. So I say that to say, keep a journal. Write down all your different thoughts, feelings, ideas, inspirations. Breathe out. Get yourself aligned. Do some meditation or whatever makes you feel clear, centered, and aligned, whatever that looks like for you to clear the blocks. Then go back to the journal, see what you wrote down. And I feel like a puzzle, you'll be able to put the pieces together and see the truth of things and what to do. Mood swings. Okay. 1144. So pay attention to these numbers. If they come into your sphere of awareness, they're trying to tell you something. Ones are new beginnings. Fours are solid foundation, but also that angelic guidance and angels are nearby to help. So keep that in mind. Mood swings, respect, family, constructive outlook, and quality. Focus on your needs, desires, and hobbies. Everything is more accessible with a light attitude. You will be blessed with new opportunities, a new friend, or an addition to your family. Good vibes will speed up the process. Yes, a win-win outcome, right? But watching your moods, being mindful of those negative energies, I feel like it's very much connected to that beauty energy of the way you see yourself, essentially. So again, focus on your needs, desires, and hobbies. Everything is more accessible with a light attitude. You will be blessed with new opportunities, a new friend, or an addition to your family. Good vibes will speed up the process. Love that. All the more reason to give yourself over to working on what is blocking you at the moment. Ooh, and we've got 0550, so more numbers that could be important for you. 0 is God, force, energy, and 5 is change. And it says friendship. Success, knowledge, friendship, impatience, freedom, and optimism. When chances present themselves, seize them and do something out of the ordinary. Whether in your professional or personal life, you will find success by welcoming creative impulses and having faith in your own abilities. Trust in chance and take risks on opportunities that could change your life for the better. I love that. Devotion, commitment, seeing the beauty, your gifts, your talents, all the beautiful things that you bring to the table in connection, in life, in your work environment, all the things. But friendship could be really highlighted and important. A new soulmate potentially coming in for some of you. Or an up-leveling of an existing relationship where you're taking it to the next level. But there's a lot of beautiful things showing up for you. It's not just the one thing here, message two. Okay. I'm going to use my moon cards here, and I always say this when I use them. I always think of them as sort of like moving prayers for ourselves, affirmations that we can use when we catch ourselves in negative thinking or a downward spiral of some sort to bring us back to the moment, to the present. It's going to be so important under this full moon energy, staying grounded. I enjoy the serendipity of life. The unexpected can be wonderful. Yeah, so not fearing change, especially if it shows up for you unexpectedly, right? Embracing it, leaning into it, finding your center through it. We've got the 0s and the 5s there. So it's like God forced change, divinely orchestrated change coming your way. but frame it like this so that it does not scare you. I enjoy the serendipity of life. The unexpected can be wonderful. I think even just that last sentence, the unexpected can be wonderful. I accept that here now is exactly where I am, and that is a place of profound learning. And that goes so well with coming into truth, wisdom, and understanding, and being able to have a win-win outcome as a result. I accept that here now is exactly where I am, and that is a place of profound learning. Absolutely. I choose to nourish myself and enrich my life, taking the lead, right? Finding the beauty within, bringing that out. I choose to nourish myself and enrich my life. Yes. That's a really good affirmation too, I think, just in general to use. Because I feel like a lot of you have put yourself on the back burner too often, or not spoken up on your own behalf or taken the lead. And it's time to. It's time to nourish you and what you need to make your life the best and most beautiful it can be. Okay, I'm just going to count this off with a final message. Oh, okay, well, this one flew out. You may have been feeling isolated, rejected, unappreciated, or misunderstood, but today you realize you are not alone. There's a loving angel walking right beside you. Oh, I love that. It almost makes me emotional. And you may feel this. Don't discount it. Don't fluff it off as just a coincidence or a weird thing and talk yourself out of that. That's true for you. It is true for you. It is true for you. You are being guided. You are being helped. You are connecting to higher mind and wisdom, your higher self, to the angelic realm. Know that, trust that. You are not alone. All right. And I just want to say that on the bottom of this card, you're alone, but you feel someone caressing your hair or gently touching your back. Wow. The angels are giving you a needed nudge forward. Accept their encouragement. This goes so well with the soulmate energy and a win-win outcome and connecting to truth, moving forward. And then it's a married couple there, right? And it goes really well with, just so that you know, you're not alone. So if you feel these energies, trust it. The angels are around and they're helping you. They're encouraging you. They're pushing you forward. They want to give you the wisdom, guidance, and advice that you need. So just be open to it. It's coming for you. Message 2. Yeah, you're alone, but you feel someone caressing your hair or gently touching your back. The angels are giving you a needed nudge forward. Accept their encouragement. All right. I think I'm going to leave that there. I hope all of you guys have the most beautiful day and really give yourself over to connecting to higher mind and clearing those blocks, because it feels like it's going to crack open your life in a major, profound way if you do. Take care, guys. Hello, message 3. I went ahead and pulled the overarching energies, the main energies at play, just to save a little bit of time in the video, as I usually do. And we have be bold and make the first move. And it says cardinal moon. Okay. Be bold and make the first move. You know what's really interesting about this is cardinal moon is a fiery moon, a cardinal energy, and Aries energy is approaching. Next week, I believe it starts, that Aries energy. So there could be something about timing here for you guys. Just keep that in mind. It might not be the case for all of you, but it could be that you come to some sort of answers and conclusions at this time, or receive guidance and wisdom of some sort. And by the time we get into that Aries energy next week, that fiery energy, that cardinal activating, get going on something, you'll be ready to go with it. You'll be ready to be bold and take that move, make a move. Lordy, I can't speak. Be bold and make the first move. Yeah, cardinal moon is interesting because I get the sense of this is what's coming as a result of what happens under this full moon in Virgo, where you start to see the truth or receive wisdom and guidance and answers. And then it's like by next week, you're in that bold, fiery, cardinal Aries energy where you're like, okay, I'm going to go for it. It feels like that. Ring around the moon, protection. Okay. So this is coming on the side of challenge. So maybe not really feeling safe, not feeling comfortable making a bold move or taking action just yet, because perhaps maybe some of you don't feel like you have enough information or know-how or whatever it is that you feel like you're missing or lacking. This is just sort of a heads up from the universe to let you know rather that you are safe and protected at all times. So anything that you want right now, it wants you back. It wants you back. And these are the deep desires, the dreamy things, the things that we don't always share with everybody because for some reason we tell ourselves are probably not likely. They are. Your dreams, your actions, your wants, your desires, they are protected, as are you. It's safe for you to move forward with these things. Okay, I think this is what I was feeling. Follow the moon, watch for signs. Yes. Okay, direct guidance, advice from spirit, from the universe. Watch for signs. You are being guided right now to answers, to the information that you feel like you're missing or lacking, or whatever it feels like that you're lacking, that you feel you need to in order to create change and transformation with that butterfly energy up there. You're being guided and shown the way. So pay attention to these signs, watch for the signs. Don't discount them. Don't tell yourself they're just coincidences. They're happening for you to guide you along so that you are ready to take this fiery cardinal action and be bold and make a move towards something, someone, whatever it is that you're wanting and desiring. And remember that you are safe and protected. It sort of feels like this situation is under divine control. But I do get the sense that some of you are feeling fearful energy. Let's see what else we pull with this for you guys. It's funny. I'm really pulled to the watch for signs card. I almost feel like some of you could see butterflies, and it's almost like it's sent from the heavens as a sign. Or dragonflies comes to my mind as well. Oh my gosh. Look at what I pulled. Pay attention to signs. You are really, really, really being guided right now. Be very, very open to this. There's an owl up there too, and owls are messengers, and they're the harbinger of endings, so that you can have a new beginning in some way. I definitely feel like this be bold and make the first move energy is something that's to come as a result of you being open to these signs that are coming for you, finding a way to make yourself feel safe in the situation, even though this is clearly coming out that you are, so that you can then, catapult yourself into this fiery action-oriented energy. But this is coming out on the side of challenge along with that protection. So I feel like you have been receiving some signs, but maybe you've missed them, or you were distracted, or you did discount them as something else or silly. Please go back and look at what those things might have been, because this is coming in for you and for you in a really, really powerful, strong way. Really, really being divinely guided right now. Owls have been so prevalent over the last few weeks. I pulled them twice for Moon Mage shorts that I've put out. And they're just popping up everywhere. So that could be something for you too, owls. Message 3. Inner child. Okay. Yeah, that's that fear energy. There's a couple of things with this card that are showing up as a potential issue, problem, and a need. So with that protection energy, your inner child, that fear, not feeling safe. I don't feel safe. I don't feel protected. I don't feel like it's okay for me to be bold and make a move and take action towards this thing. All my fears are bubbling to the surface. This full moon in Virgo really has a way of putting an emphasis on fears. So being very mindful of that, and instead flipping the script and asking your inner child, what do you need? What do you want? What have you been trying to get me to see? And embracing that energy of joy, trust, reckless abandon, right? Dance like nobody's watching energy, leaning into the fun of things, the excitement of things rather than the fear. A big, big call for you guys, a big message. Yeah, like let your inner child out to play, listen to what they have to tell you. And instead of, embracing the fears. I don't know why, but I'm also noticing that card's number 16. So that could be prevalent for some of you as well. 16 in numerology becomes a 7. So 7s could be showing up for some of you, or 16. But 7 is a highly spiritual number, very, very connected to the heavens, to the universe, to the divine. And you're getting so much energy around being guided and being given signs that could be one of them as well. Okay, let's pull some tarot for you guys. I feel like, whether you're aware of it or not, message 3, I think moon energy, which is very cyclical, right? When it goes new, when it goes dark, you feel that energy. And then as it's culminating and moving into becoming full, you feel that too, like a lot of ebb and flow with the moon, very, very connected to the cycles of the moon. Let me know in the comments if that's true for some of you. Maybe you've realized it, maybe you haven't, but you tend to feel like you're going into dark mode when the moon is dark, and feeling the amplification of full moon energy showing up, culminating. It can be really destabilizing if we're not aware that our body is very in tune to the cycles of the moon. Cards falling all over the place. All right. I got to concentrate. Eight of Cups. Okay. Likely needing to walk away from something, but we're going to see what else, or, fear of walking away from something because it doesn't feel safe for you to do so. Not the message that I'm getting here for you guys, though. You are safe to walk away from something that is no longer serving you and move towards what it is you really want and take action and be bold. Yes. Okay. Wow. All right. So before I'm going to go and pull the rest of the cards, there is a lot of fear around not feeling safe, not feeling protected, emotionally having a difficult time reconciling, walking away from something, because there's likely something in there that feels like it's secure for you, is providing some sort of stability and security, even though it's not resonating with you in a heart and soul way anymore. Holding on tight, fear around losing financial stability as a result, and just stability in general. But that's the big ask, because these are coming out on the side of what's challenging you most, not feeling safe to do so. But you are receiving wisdom, guidance, and signs to navigate these energies so that you can move away from them. And it's Virgo energy, right? So it's in a practical way, a way that's not so scary. It's like one foot in front of the other, one step at a time. Death and rebirth under being bold and and making the first move, and it's reversed. Fearful, stuck, stagnant, right? If it's up like this, it's saying like you've gone through a death and you're about to go through a rebirth rather, but there's fear around this change. A lot of it I'm feeling here for message 3s, and I think confusion for some of you, and that, again, that safety net. But this is what you want to turn around. You want to lean into death and rebirth. You want to let things go. You want to be willing to solidify and put, your sword in the sand and say, I know what I want and I'm going to go after it no matter what, believing you can have it. It wouldn't be showing up so powerfully like this if that weren't true. And that death and rebirth card goes really well with that little owl that I noticed up there as well. It's time to embrace change. It's time to make a decision and draw that line in the sand and say, this is not serving me anymore. I know I'm going to be fine no matter what. I am going to take action and make a move towards this thing that I really, really want. And I'm going to trust that I'm safe and protected in doing so, because you are. The moon. I had a feeling the moon was going to come out. I do think you guys are so extremely connected to the moon. And I'm not sure that all of you are aware of just how much the cycles of the moon affect you. And knowing is power, right? Knowledge is power, because then we can be prepared. Because this is also in the reverse. And what I love about that, though, upright, it's sort of suggesting we don't have all the information. We can't see it. We don't know what to do. We're kind of stuck. it's sort of eluding us, that drawing down the moon energy and receiving its intuitive energies and prompts. No, you've been receiving it, and it's about to come through in a very big and powerful way with all this, watch for signs, pay attention to signs. So really being open to this, really being connected to it. Maybe make some time for meditation that helps you connect to clarity, to higher self, to divine wisdom, God source energy, because you are absolutely going to receive information and guidance. It is forthcoming. Most definitely. And I feel like it's just reiterating, like, you're going to connect to this. You're going to connect to this. Give yourself space to connect to this. I love that. Okay. Lack mentality here. So 5 of Pentacles, but it's in the reverse. That fear, this fear of the 4 of Pentacles. And now we have the 5, but it's in reverse. I'm holding on really tight because security scares me, the lack of security that could come as a result of me doing this thing, moving towards this thing, cultivating it, taking action on it. I'm afraid of what I stand to lose financially, so, not feeling secure, not feeling stable. But it's reversed, suggesting that this is something that's been created within the mind that's not true. You are safe and protected. You will be abundant. You will be able to cultivate abundance for yourself, security and stability if you move towards what you would truly love and what resonates with you on a heart and soul level, allowing that inner child to take the lead. You won't experience lack, because upright would suggest that that's where you're in, like that fear. I'm so afraid of what I stand to lose. I can't let go. But it's reverse, suggesting you can get yourself there, right? Just like that moon card, receiving the intuition, being connected to the signs, allowing this death to take place, this metaphorical death, so that you can be born anew and moving towards something that is much more in line with who you are as a soul. I feel a very strong spiritual nature here for my message 3 choosers. You are very, whether you realize or not, you are very psychically inclined and connected. Ones and 4s. So 1s are new beginnings and 4s is a solid foundation, safety, security, but it's also angelic, where the angels are nearby. The word here is difference, intelligence, dynamics, making a difference, failures, personal or spiritual development. Happiness is linked to self-expression, growth, and experience. Learning from failures is key. Happiness is real, possible, and around. Understand its process and the pursuit of it. Joy is fluid. It's in the little things and the big ones. Fails are fun. Start fresh. Okay. All right. So now we're getting a better picture here. It looks to me and feels to me like some of you have tried things before outside the lines, coloring outside the lines, so to speak, and they didn't work out for you. And now there's this massive fear of failure and security, all the things. But this is showing you how to frame this differently. Also keep in mind, 1s and 4s are probably going to be speaking to you in some kind of way. So pay attention when those numbers pop up into your sphere of awareness. They are going to be guiding posts in some way. And as this says, like, understand this process and the pursuit of it, right? About happiness, but also failure, framing it differently, right? And self-expression does bring growth. And that's something that you're definitely being asked to do. Be bold, make the first move. Inner child, let it out. Express yourself fully, completely, and who cares what anybody else has to say or think about it. 1s and 8s now, structures. Spirit guides, progress, justice, structures, systems, processes, conditioning, and rules. You are on the right track. Someone from the other side has your back and encourages you to try your best. You will succeed. Wow. Observe your surroundings and communicate clearly. Be sure that everything will be sure that everything will fall into place. Okay. Sorry, I'm just a little bit distracted because of this. Observe your surroundings again and communicate. The observe your surroundings, watching for signs, like so heavily guided. got spirit guides up here as well. And that structure energy, which feels very, very important here for my group 3 choosers, needing to feel that sense of structure and stability under your feet. That's what's coming for you. But if you frame it like this and understand that you really are on the right track and that someone on the other side has your back and is encouraging you to try your best, I feel like there's like a passed on loved one that is helping you. It's not just spirit guides, but there's passed on loved ones that are like, I'm guiding you. That was me. That was my perfume that you smelled, or my aftershave. That was me that knocked at the door. We're trying to get your attention. Pay attention. And we're going to show you how to do this in a way that makes you feel safe and secure with that sense of structure underneath your feet. All right, let's pull some moon cards. I've been saying it through all the messages, but I always feel like these would be really good things to use, the messages that come on these moon cards, as affirmations for ourselves, especially when we catch ourselves in downward or fearful thinking. I thought one flipped over, but I don't think so. All right. I seek truth and act upon my realizations. This definitely feels like the energy under this full moon in Virgo is going to show the way, and then it catapults you, and it's a catalyst for action in the fiery energy that's going to be showing up after the spring equinox, towards the end of March and into April. I seek truth and act upon my realizations. Act upon my realizations. Be bold and make the first move. Strong, strong message. But this is a good affirmation to use if you feel yourself getting into that fearful energy. Oops. Beauty raises my vibration. I seek it out for healing and joy. Yeah, inner beauty and that inner child energy. What makes you feel beautiful? What do you enjoy doing that beautifies your environment, your energy field? Do more of that. Lean into more of that. Creativity too, I think, is a thing. Beauty raises my vibration. I seek it out for healing and joy. You know, it's funny. I don't know what it is, but I keep thinking of flowers, like having flowers around you. And flowers hold a lot of light, and they're high vibrational when we're taking good care of them. For some reason, I think some of you would benefit from, getting a bouquet of flowers and putting them in your environment. I know that's strange, but that's just something I'm feeling. I am ready for something bigger, better, and brighter. Yep. Pay attention to the signs. It's time to walk away from something and move towards something much, much more in line with who you are at a soul level. You're a very spiritual person, I think, here, or people for my message 3s. I'm very psychically connected. I'm ready for something bigger, better, and brighter. Yes, that is a great affirmation, actually. And just being open to what spirit is bringing to you and how that is going to look for you. Kind of going with the flow of it. Oh, I thought that one was going to fly out, but it didn't quite. This came up in one of the other messages. Start your adventure today. A sign you've never noticed before grabs your attention. It may take a little while to decode the message, but your intuition tells you it's important. Paying attention to another sign. Paying attention to signs. Paying attention to signs. Such a strong message. That could have been your whole message. Like, you are really being divinely guided right now. And this is just about a literal sign now that could have a message for you. Something that you need to pay attention to. Wowzers. Look and see what's on the bottom of this. Pets are very attuned to shifts of energy and the presence of unseen beings. If your dog or cat perks up and seems to sense something, it's possible an angel is visiting your home. So being open to that kind of energy as well. You're not crazy if you start to feel like that's happening for you, or like one of your pets are acting strange, like something's around you, but you can't see it. It's because there is something around you. So maybe go quiet, give yourself a moment to really tune in. It's like, okay, I don't know who's here, but I'm open to whatever message you have for me, because I know that's for my best and highest good. All right. Well, message 3. I am going to leave that there, but I am going to say just make sure that you're really watching and paying attention to signs, because they are all around you, showing up in all kinds of ways in massive amounts and quantities, and it feels like it's going to keep showing up for you until you receive the message. So just be really open. I hope you guys all have a fantastic day. Take care.